UFC returns Saturday night with its latest pay-per-view card, and it's going to be a stacked night of fights. UFC 263 delivered not one but two title fights, and MMA on the Go has the results. Starting with the prelims, the strong cardio and striking ability of Carlos Felipe earned him a split decision victory over Jake Collier to open the card. Both heavyweights worked a fast pace early in the fight, trading with a high volume of punches. Collier's pace started to wane in the second round as Felipe continued to press forward and start to outland him. Felipe is now on a 3-fight win streak.
Carlos Felipe!
Evading late danger in a 3-round fight, Ziam walked away with a majority decision victory over Luigi Vendramini. Ziam had a strong start to the fight, establishing his jab throughout the opening frame. Vendramini looked to close the distance in the second round, coming forward with punches and clinches, although Ziam was not in danger during the round and was able to continue with his own attacks.
Smile Killer Ziam!
Stephen Peterson was successful in his return to the octagon on Saturday, fighting to a unanimous decision victory over young prospect Chase Hooper. Hooper was persistent on getting the fight to the ground early on, shooting for numerous takedowns and landing many. Peterson was able to stop many attempts or earn the dominant position on the ground after the takedown was shot on him. Peterson notched large amounts of control time in the second and third round, putting together numerous minutes on top in full guard.
Stephen Ocho Peterson!
Short notice lightweight Terrance McKinney had an explosive UFC debut on the prelims, finishing Matt Frevola in just 7 seconds with strikes. McKinney dropped Frevola in the opening seconds of the fight, flooring him with a combination of a right hand and a left cross. The referee stopped after some hammer fist strikes were landed by McKinney to a grounded Frevola. McKinney seemingly hurt himself after the fight, hurting one of his knees while jumping in celebration. Pannie Kianzad extended her win streak to 4 consecutive on the prelims, defeating Alexis Davis via unanimous decision. Kianzad was given the scorecard win after a fast-paced pure striking battle on the feet through 5 rounds. Following her win, Kianzad called out Raquel Pennington, asking for a match in August.
Honey Bonsai Kianzad!
Before we finish the video, if you enjoyed this content, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest videos from MMA on the Go. Movsar Evloev earned a big victory to continue his undefeated record on the prelims, defeating Hakeem Dawodu via unanimous decision. Evloev showed his aggressive wrestling in the first 2 rounds, absolutely controlling Dawodu in both frames. He scored many takedowns in the fight, putting down control time after each one. The final round saw the most stand-up striking time, with the majority of the frame being on the feet. Lauren Murphy used her striking and takedown skills to get the split decision nod over Joanne Calderwood. Calderwood had a strong first round in the fight, showing a variety of strikes that landed. Murphy's best round was the second, as she was able to keep Calderwood down with her wrestling. The fight returned to the feet in the final round, where the fighters were in a close back-and-forth battle.
Lucky Lauren Murphy!
Eric Anders scored a win in his rematch against Darren Stewart, defeating him via unanimous decision. Stewart had a good start to the fight, although Anders was able to come back and eventually earn the win. Stewart was able to score a takedown in the opening round. Anders had a much better second round, landing strikes on the feet in clinch positions. Brad Riddell prevailed in a back-and-forth battle on the prelims, defeating Drew Dober via unanimous decision after 3 rounds. The close battle saw both fighters get hurt with strikes but use their wrestling to recover. Dober had a strong start to the fight, as he hurt Riddell in the second minute with punches. Riddell was later able to recover, using wrestling to buy himself time. They both landed hard punches later in the round that landed clean did damage to each other.
Brad the Great Riddell!
Paul Craig handed Jamahal Hill his first pro loss in a gruesome fashion on Saturday, injuring his arm and landing strikes on the ground in the first round. Craig was able to injure an arm of Hill while on the ground, physically disjointing it with his grappling skills. It became clear early on that Hill's arm was hurt due to the unusual way it was moving. Craig then landed hammer fist punches on his back while trapping Hill in a triangle position, causing the referee to eventually end the fight.
Declaring the winner by TKO, Paul
Belal Muhammad scored a win against a big name in veteran Demian Maia on the main card, defeating him via unanimous decision. Maia's first round was his best, as he was able to secure takedowns over Muhammad. Muhammad was able to stop takedowns later in the fight, resisting numerous attempts in the second and third rounds. When on the feet, he was able to land strikes that never put Maia in danger but put him behind on scorecards.
Belal, remember the name, Muhammad!
Leon Edwards had a solid 5-round performance on Saturday, defeating MMA veteran Nate Diaz via unanimous decision. Diaz showed his usual toughness and conditioning in the bout and had flashes of brilliance, although the majority of action saw Edwards shine. Edwards hurt Diaz greatly for the first time in the 4th round, connecting with a left hand that rocked him. Diaz's best moment came in the closing moments of the fight, as he wobbled Edwards and had him backtracking due to punches. Brandon Moreno closed out a dominant performance against Deiveson Figueiredo with a rear naked choke in the 3rd round to become the new UFC Flyweight champion. The rematch victory came in the co-main event of UFC 263 on Saturday. Moreno took the back of Figueiredo in the 3rd round, attempting a partially blocked rear naked choke from the position. After letting go of the choke and landing some punches, Moreno applied the choke under the chin of Figueiredo, forcing the tap and ending the fight. The finish win came after 2 strong rounds by the 27-year-old challenger. Israel Adesanya showed a return to form in the main event of UFC 263, fighting a well-rounded performance against Marvin Vettori to defend his UFC middleweight championship via unanimous decision. Vettori would at moments pose challenges for Adesanya, although he would pick them apart and eventually take full control of the bout in the late rounds. Vettori secured a takedown in the 2nd minute of the fight, catching a leg kick of Adesanya to put him on his back. Adesanya was able to quickly emerge from the position and outland Vettori later in the round.
And still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world is Frevola.